In 34, Love It happens every Fridays and Saturdays and also Sundays. And we have guests, extraordinary Malaysians coming to the studios to have a chat with us, to share with us their journey. And we provide them a platform, not only here at TRAXX, all 34 radio stations in Malaysia. Our sister stations are having this very same segment simultaneously. And today joining us in the studios, she's a good friend of mine. She's a good friend of TRAXX. She's always supported us in many ways, long time ago. But as of late, when COVID hit, pandemic, things changed and she decided to do something of her own. I've got the lovely Seema in the studios. Hello, Seema.
Woot, woot. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
How are you doing on a Friday?
I'm good.
Are you looking forward to the weekend?
Yes and no. The days are all the same to us. We don't get weekends like working people do.
Wow. That's the reason why we're having you in the studios. To find out more about your life, today's Paws of Hope. We're talking about animal rescue and how you have been advocating for animal cruelty. This has been a long time. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. You've been in the studios of TRAXX like, 9 years ago?
By eight, yeah. To promote Paws for a Cause. Yeah.
8 years ago. That's a long time, lah.
It's about time I'm back in.
Yeah, someone gave birth to a child. They're probably getting ready for secondary school. Already,
That's true.
That's just a long time.
Yeah.
But how have you been otherwise? And
I've been good. Obviously, Paws for a Cause was like a public event, and then COVID happened, and we put a break on things. And I'm hoping to restart it soon.
Well, for those of you who don't know, Seema here, she is an animal lover, especially dog lover, and she lost her fellow companion. Don't cry. Come on. Hey,
You're not supposed to bring her name up, but yes.
She's on our flyer.
She is the muse.
Yes, Chelsea Boo.
Yeah.
She was the cause of all that, and that's how we got in touch and we connected. Here you are today talking about something which you are still continuing to do.
Yes.
Saving dogs.
Yes.
And sometimes cats and some animals. Do you have like monkeys or something?
No, that's Langkawi.
Okay, stop right there. That's the story. So tell us what you're doing right now.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now is we started about 8 years ago. It wasn't something that we planned to do. It's something that just sort of evolved organically. I moved to a farm in Gopeng to just be closer to my mom and dad. And then, I had 11 dogs at that time. So I moved out of KL to a bigger space.
11 dogs of your own?
No, both of us.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when some of our rescue friends found out we had moved to a farm, they asked us whether we could foster their rescues because the shelters were overcrowded, and they liked the idea of the whole wide open space thing. And we figured, why not get paid to do what we love doing, which is being with dogs all day. And that's how it sort of started. And then unexpected, unforeseen things sort of added the numbers, like a lot of dumping cases at our gates.
So these people are aware of what you're doing, so they just dump them?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. So the farm that we live in now is like way inside in like a rural area. It's surrounded by kampung area, and a lot of these people don't know. They don't understand about responsible pet ownership, so they don't spay and neuter. So when they don't even know when their female's on heat. The next thing you know, she's got a litter, and the next thing we know, there's a box in our gate with 7, 8 newborn puppies, and the numbers go up like that, and it is what it is.
So it just happened just like that. You moved to be closer with your family,
Yeah.
and then this thing just.
No, we moved closer to be with our family, and then just before COVID happened, our first farm actually was flooded, so we moved back to KL. Then COVID happened, and then right after COVID, we moved back to Gopeng to a new farm. Now it's 2 acres, and the numbers increased there actually. We had people dump a lot of, when they always come in boxes, 6, 7, newborns, and, the numbers just go up. But it's not just that. So we also have dogs that are sponsored, people who don't want to keep these dogs anymore.
What do you mean dogs that are sponsored?
Okay, so we have a sponsorship program. So for people who don't want to, keep their dogs or can't keep their dogs for whatever reason, but don't want to send it to a shelter, it's sort of like long-term boarding.
Wait. I'm confused. Could you please run that by me again?
Okay, so there are some people who, for their own personal reasons, cannot continue to care for their pet dog, but they don't want to surrender it to a shelter. So they ask us to care for the dog, it's like a long-term boarding. So, the dog...
And then they pay.
Yes,
for
and then they
everything.
pay their monthly upkeep, yeah. Because
Their medical bills, whatever.
everything, yeah.
And do they come and visit?
Yeah, they can visit anytime they want. They can ask for a video call.
Yo, bro.
What?
I feel so bad for the dog.
No, why should you feel bad? They're coming to a new home.
It feels like either you're going to visit someone in a hospital or prison. Like,
No.
I'll pay for everything, but I'll just come and visit. I can't keep you with me.
Yeah, they are.
Sad
We have. Oh, it's not just that. There are some kids. Like recently, we had 2 dogs join us that were actually strays in their neighborhood, and a friend of mine who regularly feeds them. She was concerned with his safety because he was getting bullied by the other dogs, and she was like, "I don't want him to be on the road. Can you please take him and take care of him?" And so that's what we do. And the thing is, it's not a shelter. That the reason I call it a sanctuary is because we live there with the dogs.
Yeah, you were mentioning this earlier.
Yeah.
So I called it a shelter. You said, no, Double D, I need to correct you.
It's a sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because a shelter implies that it's a temporary passing, whereas a sanctuary is a place they can relax, they can chill. It is
Like
their
a
home.
retreat, is it?
Yeah, it is their home for all intents and purposes. They have a home with us.
Maybe you should just print out a brochure, pass it to all the other dogs. Like, okay, guys, we're having this. Why don't you all come back?
Yeah, next thing I should set up is like a spa.
That sounds like a plan. Maybe that's a long-term plan.
Yeah, yes.
But Seema, what are the challenges that you're facing right now? Because you just said 11, and then you have people just dumping them in boxes at your sanctuary, and that's not cool. And you're not going to turn them away.
We can't, because they do it in the middle of the night.
No, not turn
the puppies out. We can't.
Yeah.
We can't. I've lost count of the number of times we've had these boxes, and newborn puppies, they have to be fed every 3 hours. So you can imagine what our sleep rotation, it gets like. They have to be bottle fed every 3 hours. We have to teach them how to, relieve their body themselves, because their mom usually does it, but she's not there. So it's a lot that goes into it. And
pooping and the peeing.
Yeah, and puppies need their mama's milk. Substitutes are substitutes, but a lot of them don't make it. And it's
right.
The hard part is when you put in all that effort and somehow they don't make it. And you feel almost like why do these puppies have to go through this?
So the challenges you're facing.
So the challenges that we face, to be okay, the challenges that we face is what we face. What anyone who does what we do faces. Funding, obviously. Actually, I would just say funding, because funding is the answer to everything. Funding is the answer to medical bills. Funding is the answer to food. Funding is the answer to facilities. It's funding, because dogs are. So people have this idea that, I made a donation to the shelter today, $100, and they think that their job's done. But a dog eats every day the rest of its life. So we always try to encourage people. It's great if you want to make a donation, but if you can, try and find someone that you can commit to monthly, because even 10 ringgit really honestly makes a difference. Okay, so people think like, I don't have money, because in their head they think, I don't have $100. Even if it's 30 ringgit, which is a ringgit a day, and 100 people do that, that's 3,000 ringgit, which is a lot of money when it comes to,
when you put things into perspective.
Yeah. So it's like, I always try to tell people, there's no such thing as I can't. It's be honest with yourself, I won't, and then, move on. But if you really can, find a shelter close to you, something you believe in, and just say, okay, I can't, do anything, but maybe I can give you 30 ringgit a month. And trust me, people will be grateful. So our challenge, probably, I would say,
funding.
Yeah, funding. But not every time.
To sustain this and to keep on going.
Well, let's say not every time. There are, okay, I give you an example. We sometimes have periods of time where perhaps we may have 3 or 4 females that need to be spayed. Things like that. Unexpected expenses like that are challenges we face.
Okay.
We will need funding for things like that.
All right.
Or we try to vaccinate all 80 dogs once a year, and we'll need to raise funds for that. Like for example.
Okay, you know what? How many dogs do you have right now in your sanctuary?
But 70 to 80.
70 to 80. And
they're all free roam, huh?
free roam?
Yeah.
Oh, like a mobile roaming?
No, they're free roam. They have 2 acres. They can be dogs.
That's why they need to be neutered, lah.
That's why they need yes, that's why they need to be neutered. But also because obviously you can't have you have to do population control.
Correct,
Stay
correct.
and
Yes,
neuter your
correct.
dogs if you don't. Yeah.
In fact, long time ago, even some of our announcers, we always advocate this. We always promote this. Guys, if you have a pet, if you know a stray, just go and get it neutered.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does something like that cost?
It can cost anywhere if you find the right vet, anything from 150 to 250.
All right.
Okay. But the thing is that stray population. Sorry, I don't like the word stray. Street population control is important.
Street.
Yeah, because they're not strays. Strays mean lost. These dogs are not lost. They were born and bred on the street. They're street kings. Okay?
Yo.
Yeah.
The projects.
So it's like, so we're the ones who keep displacing them. And then, we get mad when they come to our territory, but it was their territory first.
Yeah. Oh.
So they are street kings. They can survive on the street longer than you and I could survive on the street.
True that.
And we don't respect that, and that is something that people need to start learning, that these animals are not coming looking for trouble. They just want food, they want a safe place to sleep, and that's it. They don't even notice us until we bother them. And people need to realize that, they're not out to get you, Just like, you were saying earlier,
Kevin Francis.
Dogs don't chase people for no reason.
That's exactly what I told him.
Okay?
Okay, we will talk to you later. We save all this
Dogs
for later.
are not their innate instinct is always one of defense first, not attack.
Right.
So if the dog's chasing you, then you got to ask yourself, what's up, man?
What did you do, right?
Yeah, what did you do? Yeah.
So, Seema, tell us the day in the life of you, yourself, and your partner at your sanctuary.
Okay, so
what time do you wake up?
Okay, we're up and we live on a farm right at the top of a hill. So when the sun comes up at 6, it's already bright. So our day starts at about 7. Usually what I do is I take the whole pack for a walk to the second plot, which is behind our house, and it's all palm oil trees, and the dogs love to eat the kernels that fall from the palm oil, the little fruit, because it's very fibrous, so it actually cleans their system.
Yes.
Yeah. So we usually go over there and I hang out with them for a while, and then
all 70?
All 70 will follow, yeah. Oh,
Hey.
It's lovely. I love it. It's my favorite
You
scene.
should get a drone shot of this, lah.
We're working on it, actually. It's my favorite scene. I mean, when I turn around and I look at all of them for it, it's so beautiful. That's the best way to start my day, because these dogs are just, they're pure love, pure magic. That feeling is amazing. So we go to the plot, we take a walk, because when we get up, they're so excited. They're like, yay, they're awake, let's start the day. So when we take them to the second plot, their energy is released. Then we come back in, we clean up, we usually feed them around, and then I spend the day David's usually out in the farm, and I'm with the dogs, whoever needs their medication.
David's your other half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he does all the, he cuts the grass, he does, whatever stuff needs to be done. I do all the, the medicating, the whatever, and then usually we try to feed them by 1 o'clock. And then they sleep most of the day. When they sleep, we get time to do our paperwork.
They get nap time?
They do. These dogs have an eat, sleep, play, repeat lifestyle, which I hope I have in the next life. Eat, sleep, play, repeat.
Right.
Then they get
We'd like to say a big hi to David. I'm sure he's watching.
Yeah. Yes. And then at about 5 o'clock, we go out again to the garden. Usually they want to play around. And then about 6:30, we feed them again. But, like I said, when I say feed, I don't mean feed feed. We give them a little treat. And then by 8 o'clock, everyone's settled for the night. And that's it. And then we use that time to, watch our Netflix, have our dinner, and, and it's every day is like
You
that.
sit down with the 70 dogs and watch TV.
Well, not all 70, because some of them...
We can get a projector organized for you,
No, some of them are outside, some of them like to be inside, so they're just all over the place. But yeah, it's sometimes in the middle of the night when we need to get something in the kitchen, it's like trying to avoid landmines,
Oh man,
Yeah.
you don't want to step on them.
It's all like, oh my
Okay,
God.
producer Anna, she prepped this and she mentioned this about the Alive project. What
Yes.
is this Alive project?
Okay, so ALIVE is actually an abbreviation of an animal initiative. It's the last 2 letters of animal and the last 3 letters of initiative, so it's ALIVE.
Okay.
Right? And the ALIVE project is what we do. we try to advocate for responsible pet ownership. We try to focus on rescue, rehabilitation, and rehoming. We try to educate people about community engagement, which is very important.
Okay.
And that basically what we do is, and the reason I called it Alive is because working with dogs is something that it is my what keeps me alive,
Right.
So it should keep anyone who works with dogs alive. So that is basically what the Alive project is.
Funny, when we asked you earlier about the challenges, you never mentioned about your surrounding, your neighbors, your people living around you. Have you?
Well, we live in the middle of nowhere, so we have no neighbors.
Oh.
That's the reason why we live there. So
But you have
have
data.
you ever heard 80 dogs howl simultaneously? Woo!
That's like something from a movie, lah.
It is amazing because they start a few of them and then they all join in. It's like all these different chords and then they all fade away slowly. It's
Listen.
that kind of noise in the city.
She's like Cruella the Vil.
No.
She's not Cruella de Vil. It's something.
Oh my God!
No.
She has like 101
If
Dalmatians or something.
101 perhaps, but not Dalmatian. But
Not
listen,
Dalmatian.
when we hear a dog howl, I was brought up, and my parents told me, like, when a dog, they can see something. Okay, that's one dog. You have 80 dogs doing the same thing at the same
You know
time.
why dogs howl?
Because they see the moon?
No.
I don't know.
They saw
Okay,
something else.
Dogs howl when something is coming or going.
what is
What
coming?
is coming and going?
They feel a shift of energy in the air. Can be anything. Can be a real person. Can be a not real person. Can be anything. But when there's a shift, because dogs function with energy, right? They feel the energy around us. So when there's a shift in energy, the dogs respond to it. It's their way of telling.
I tell you what, every
fact.
Thursdays at night, 11 o'clock, you listen to Albert's Spooky
We are
Tales.
spooky day.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what with your dogs? If you start to howl,
I should call him. Let him hear the howling.
oh my. And your community, you see, you live alone, I mean, in a secluded
Middle of
place,
nowhere,
middle
yeah.
of nowhere. But we're going to take a short break and come back to have a chat with you about your whole, if the adoption process, how can people approach you, and of course, Kevin Francis, okay? Later you deal with this fella. Okay, guys, for those of you watching us live on Facebook and also on YouTube, hello, hi, also on TikTok, thank you so much. You can follow us all on our social media platform. That is TRAXXfm Official. We're going to take a short break and come back right after this, so don't you go nowhere. This is In 34 with me, Double D, and also we got Seema in the house. Okay, we are still streaming live. We are still streaming live
I know.
on YouTube and everywhere. So this one.
But they can't hear us, lah.
They can. So what you see on Albert on that, because he doesn't do this, I got to do this because of copyright. Because we're still streaming.
Right.
We don't waste.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, now we got comments. Okay, by the way, your song is playing.
Yay!
I love this song.
I love this song.
Who do you think always? Okay, let's see comments.
Okay.
Birdie here. What's his name?
Bindu, right?
Bindu Pitbull. Who is this Bindu Pitbull Mastiff? Is that? Do you have a massive Pitbull?
No, that's like one of our regular listeners.
Oh, that's a dog breed.
Yeah.
Where is the shelter? It's not a shelter. It's a sanctuary. What else do I got? Hi, Seema. I was junior colleague in LN. What is LN?
Lexus. So who's that?
Katie.
Who?
I don't know.
Katie?
Katie.
It just says Katie.
Cajun 2106. Whoever's born on 21st of June, I suppose.
Can they hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's not a shelter. Okay, the reason we say it's not a shelter, it's a sanctuary, is because it's our home. So people can't just drop by when they feel like it because it's our home. But you can come anytime you want. Like you would go and visit a friend, just say, hey, can I drop by? That's it.
So it's open for people to
No, it's not.
it's
It's
a
not.
house.
We live there.
So we need to get appointment?
No, not yet, but just don't, we don't encourage surprise visits because the dogs are everywhere.
Okay,
So,
so since you said that, because the question here was, where is this shelter? So it's a sanctuary. I want to come by. The person wants to come by.
okay, it's in Gopeng, but
You have to-
it's outside Ipoh. I won't tell you where, but it's outside Ipoh. But if you want to,
DM you on Instagram.
yeah, DM me on Instagram, yeah.
Okay,
Seema.subash.
It's there. It's
Yeah,
all there.
yeah, just DM me, just DM me on Instagram.
We got another message here from SKS. My neighbor's dogs howl every night when the Chinese Paws seller passes by. What? Yes. Why do dogs have like Surah Kabalama?
I just told you.
What energy?
No, I just told you. Dogs howl when they're announcing the arrival or departure of someone or something. So the Pow guy has now become a habit for them. So every time he comes by, they howl because they're announcing his arrival.
And the Surah Kabalama fellows
Also, same thing.
I thought shift of energy.
Shift of energy can be anything. Even
all rubbish in the house.
No, I'll give you an example. Even if your Pow guy is having a bad day and he passes by your dogs, they will pick up on the shift of energy.
Wow. So they also can pick up our shift of energy
Yes.
as well, right?
And I'll tell you after this, I would love to share with you a story about a dog of ours, Echo. That's a very powerful story about how energy affects a dog.
Okay. All right. We got all this and more coming up. We got is Kevin Francis faded down so we don't
Not
override?
yet.
Huh?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, I got to go to 15 seconds. Yeah. So Kevin has got the news. So later you ask. He will come on. He'll come on. Okay, he'll come on. Okay, I just need to hang on, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing lah. Okay. Now we got the news.
Can they still hear me? Is it
Yes, we are live. We are always live. We are always live.
Okay. I want to say something about community engagement, which is very important, which I want people to hear. Because every time there's a post on social media about a dog, an animal in distress or whatever.
Yeah, like recent.
Yes.
The thing is that I don't want to dwell into that.
No.
We
It's
know-
no. You don't.
No. We are still live.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
people
yeah.
know about these things.
Yeah. Now, when I say community engagement, I mean people have to find a way to get involved and not just expect somebody else to do it. The worst, this is my personal pet peeve when people keep writing the word up on a post. I understand why they do it because they want the post to remain at the top, but it does nothing for the animal in distress. Okay? If Facebook charged people RM1 every time they wrote up, nobody write up.
What is up?
Up, every time you write up UP on a post, it keeps the post at the top of the feed.
Oh.
Okay?
We didn't know this.
Yeah,
It's okay,
because
but
I get that people are sharing it because they hope someone will see it and say, okay, I will go and rescue the dog. But rescuing an animal is more than just physically rescuing it.
Right.
It's taking it to the vet. It is ensuring its well-being after that. But you up because you want somebody else to do it. Okay. So like I said, if Facebook charged people RM1 for every up, nobody will write up anymore. Nobody write anything. So if you want to keep the feed, you want to keep the post up on the feed, great. But put something productive like, I'm sorry, I cannot help, but whoever rescues the dog, please get in touch with me if you need help for the medical bill. That is a comment people should spend their time doing, not up. Up does nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, actually that's kind of cool. If you see people's posts and like say, hey, listen, here's RM100, good.
No, don't even offer money. Just say, I'm sorry.
No,
I
you,
can't,
say
yeah.
you can offer that because you want to help.
Yes,
Like
but
you
you can't
said-
be there, correct.
From the start, you said funding. Funding is.
Yeah, or you can say, I'm sorry, I can't physically rescue a dog, but whoever rescues it, please DM me, I will, and let me know what you need for the dog. But when you write up, you can write 100
I've
ups.
never seen this.
Oh, you see, I get so annoyed because I feel like it doesn't help anybody when you do up. You want to keep the
So that pretty much answered your question about how the communities should engage.
Yes,
and
they
play a
need to
role.
because you have to understand when you rescue an animal, it is not something you do overnight and it's done, you know.
Right.
Once you rescue that animal, this is a 10-year commitment for whoever.
It's a lifetime commitment.
Yeah, so help the person out, you know.
What is this, Anna?
No, I said please like the life, guys.
Please like the live, guys. Goping where?
I'm sorry.
SKS, you DM the DM.
Yeah, just DM me.
DM. The DM is direct message.
Yeah.
I don't know how old you are, but yeah. Special message, and then she will tell you.
Yeah. It's our home, so we would prefer our privacy to be respected. But
Yeah.
give us a DM if you want to visit, and we'll arrange a time.
It's not a shelter, sanctuary. It's a home.
Yes,
Okay,
it's
let's
my
go.
home.
Is it done?
Oh, not yet.
Am I
Somebody
supposed to
say
put this
must-
on now?
Yeah,
No.
in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, but
Yeah.
okay,
Is it done?
Edited by Mira
let's go. Okay.
Now it's back
Kevin
to
Francis,
Double D
Jim,
and
chat with
Seema
him. You ready for
in
this? Let's go.
34.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for the news.
Yes, sir.
Why are you so scared? We were talking about you. I'm sure you.
I know you must have told her my story. And don't listen to him, Seema. Don't listen
Hi,
to this
Kevin.
fella. Don't listen to this fella.
Well, so do you have a question?
I don't have a question.
Okay, listen.
I just want to.
We will-
I just want to tell Seema that it's wonderful what you're doing.
Thank you.
Really,
Thank
you're
you.
saving these dogs,
Thank you.
and I suppose creating awareness. Talking about that spaying and neutering, people need to know about
Neutering people.
it. Not people. I'd stop there.
Hey,
People need to
hey,
know.
This is today's. This is the problem. I
Wait, so hang on. Double D said you had dog phobia. Is that
dog
right?
phobia. Dog
he
phobia.
has forever.
Okay, so-
You don't understand.
No, but did you
I
ever
had-
get bitten as a child? Or
I
something?
had an alive project when I was young.
Okay.
That was me staying alive. Because
Are you? I'm looking at my sound card to press laugh.
Wait. So the question I want to ask you is: would you like to get over that dog phobia?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's either you know or you
I
don't
mean,
know.
My advice to you, actually, if
what?
you want to get over dog phobia,
I come stay with you.
spend yes.
I come to the farm.
Listen to her laugh.
Spend some time at a shelter with puppies.
Oh.
Puppies.
Feed them, bathe them, play with them, and then slowly, as the ages go up, you learn how to relate to them. And then when you come across an adult dog, you have a little bit more confidence. Because I always feel people lose out when they don't get to experience a relationship with a dog.
Wow.
It is a relationship that surpasses any relationship we will ever have in our life, even especially with human beings.
Right.
And I feel like everyone before they die should experience having a bond with a dog, because they are magic. really.
Yeah. They should be able to say that a dog's a man's best friend.
Well, dogs are supposed to be man's best friend, and we would like to remind people of that, because they truly do embody all the things that remind us of our humanity. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can learn a lot from them: patience, loyalty, love.
That I agree. I
yeah.
think you can learn a lot from animals.
Yes, you can.
Animals, any animal,
Especially
yeah.
dogs. They
Yeah.
really are. They're the only species that are literally born. They have love in their DNA.
Really?
Yeah.
Not this dog that I was growing up with, alright? He didn't have any love for me.
Well,
alright?
that is
You must
not
have
the
done
dog's fault.
something
Yeah.
to him, lah,
I am the
Kevin.
most docile creature on
Knowingly
earth.
or
I
unknowingly?
did not do anything.
Well, no,
His
that's
tail.
probably not the dog's fault. He probably had it bad somewhere, and he just he's blanketed all humans.
He probably met Double D somewhere and then just
no. Double
took
D
it out on
loves
me.
dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
He loves
Thank
dogs.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, bye,
Okay.
Kevin.
Bye, Ken.
Hopeless lah. Wanted to neuter humans, it seems. Out lah. That's Kevin Francis for you guys. Thank you so much, Kevin. So, Seema, this segment is only about 34 minutes.
Yeah.
And you can remove the headphones. Okay. All good.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason why we're being live, because we are live like
Yeah,
this, and
yeah.
this is raw
Yes.
as it can get. So, Seema,
Yeah.
like you said, you got 80 dogs right now, and if someone who's looking for a pet to make it their forever home, do you allow things like this? Do you?
Okay, I am really glad you asked. Okay, so people keep asking us, okay, if you've got so many dogs and you're sometimes struggling, why don't you get your dogs rehomed? Okay, I have worked with a lot of shelters in the past, and I can tell you that the shelters need their puppies and their dogs rehomed before ours. With us,
Again?
okay, when anyone asks me whether our dogs or our puppies are available for adoption, we say no. Because we're trying to push the shelter puppies and the shelter dogs out first.
So you are friends with people who are running shelters throughout Malaysia?
Yes. So if anyone wants a puppy, we actually work with the shelters nearby to try and get their rescues rehomed
Great,
first.
right.
Because our dogs have a home with us. They, for all intents and purposes, they are at home. Yes, we struggle when there are occasional expenses, but shelter puppies, shelter dogs don't have a home. They are in a shelter.
So do you work closely with shelters around?
We do. We work closely with, especially David. He works very closely with shelters. He used to be very involved in the trap neuter release, back in Ipoh. And first thing we try to do is we try to push the shelter puppies out. The shelters are overcrowded.
Yeah, okay.
These puppies need a home.
Yes.
Ours don't. They have a home with us. They have it too good sometimes, to be honest with you. So that's why we don't put our rescues up for adoption. And the thing is, once I have a thing. Once I name them, they kind of
They are not allowed, they can't leave.
they're there. That's it. It's like once I name them, once they tell me their name, and there's this thing I believe the dog tells me their name. It's happened to me from the time I was young.
They talk to you.
No, they just tell me their name.
Okay,
I don't know how to explain it.
That's a different
Yeah, I
segment.
don't know how to explain it, but they just tell me
Probably
their name.
again on Albert's segment.
Yeah, they just tell me their names and I know their name. Once they tell me their name, it's their way of saying they don't want to go.
So it has been since COVID, what, like 4 years, 5 years right now, this sanctuary of
No, I think when did COVID happen?
2020.
So 6 years, because we were 2 years before COVID, and then
exactly.
2 years before COVID, and then 4 years now. Yeah.
Okay, your future plans. I'm sure you already mentioned from the very start that the only challenge you have is funding to keep yourself alive and afloat, to make sure day to day these dogs do not go astray again and they have a home.
Yeah.
What are your future plans?
Well, okay, so our future plans is we want to...
A dog theme park?
No, we want to have... I want to set up a pet-friendly Airbnb. That's one thing I really want to do. Because I know a lot of people who travel up and down with their animals, you know. We want to set up a rehabilitation center, because David works a lot with animals that need rehabilitation.
Okay.
And at some point...
When you say rehab, these are dogs that have been abused before?
Yes, these are aggressive dogs, difficult dogs, traumatized, and usually these people tend to give up on dogs when they get like
yes, correct.
But I mean, a shift in mindset is actually all you need, and you know, it's like I do have time. I would love to.
Yes.
Okay, so I love to share this story. So this is the story of Duchess. Okay. Duchess is actually...
You want to say sorry about Echo?
Oh yeah, oh yes, I'll tell you about Echo.
Okay, you say Echo and Duchess.
And Echo and Duchess are by the way, the king and the queen of the pack. Okay, but anyway, Duchess, yes, so tell you Duchess' story. So Duchess was a 6-month-old German Shepherd mix that was dumped in Klang, right? And she had this feeder that was feeding her every day, and one day the feeder got in touch with us and said, listen, the council is going to be coming around, I don't want her to get caught, can you foster her? And we said, sure. Now, something happened during the catching process. She was obviously caught in a very traumatic way, sent to the vet. When we went to pick her up and carried her, she relieved herself all over us because she was so frightened. And the whole drive back to Ipoh, she sat on the top of the car, the back, you know, the dashboard. She refused to come down.
Right.
We got to Ipoh and opened the door. She refused to come down. We said, okay, we let her take her time. This went on for like 2 weeks. She would come down. She would hide under the car. When I put her food there, she would wait until we go. One day, 2 weeks later, I was so fed up. I said, okay, this puppy, I'm going to send. So I crept up behind her and I threw a towel over her and grabbed her. Dogs, when you throw a towel over them and catch them, they don't respond aggressively because they can't see, okay? So I grabbed her and I took her into the bathroom and I gave her a shower. And when I was toweling her down, she licked my face for the first time. And until today, I cannot get that dog to stop licking me. She is just, all she needed was just a little love.
Wow.
Which works the same way when you show an animal abuse. A little abuse can blank, you know. So this Duchess is the most affectionate, most loving. When I look at her now, the thought that she was a puppy scavenging on the street breaks my heart. But you know, she's with me now. And Echo is our alpha. So Echo was found by a rescuer. He was tied to a pole under the hot sun in Kajang. He was barking and barking and barking and barking. And he's this beautiful puppy. So this rescuer found him. She waited for a while. Nobody came to get him. So she took him back home. And then she tried to get him rehome because he's really cute. So many people wanted to adopt him. But I think 4 homes sent him back. They said he was stubborn. He was disobedient. He didn't pay attention. Later on, after the 4th home, it was discovered he was born deaf. So now Echo...
Okay, wait,
hang on. So,
okay,
now
Echo
is half Dalmatian. Okay, a lot of people don't know this, but 99% of Dalmatians are born deaf in either one or both ears. So because he's a mixed Dalmatian, he was deaf, right? So David came across his photo and somehow they connected. We adopted Echo and we taught him to communicate using sign language and energy. And today Echo is the alpha of our pack.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
Sign language.
Yeah.
You taught a dog to read sign.
David taught a dog to communicate with certain signs. You stop, go, come, play, wait, you know. So he doesn't speak to Echo.
Don't cry, Anna. It's not an emotional thing. Just come here.
Yeah, I know, but today the deaf dog is the alpha, you know, of our pack.
Right. So, wow. It's
I know. I have so many stories to tell you.
Why did you write a book?
I'm working on a book. Actually, I've just started it because you know I'm a writer also, and I'm going to write. I tell you, when you live
a kid's book, take a picture of every dog.
Yeah.
A 2-page story.
Yeah.
And
actually, all the dogs have a story behind their names also, so that's what I'm doing. But honestly, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful that I do what I do because I've been allowed the opportunity to see dogs in a completely different way because I'm not distracted by all the city stuff.
Seema, you know, you said this, the dogs and you, they go a long way. At any point, I'm sure there must have been one breaking point in your life that you would have said, like, you know what, I just want to run away from all this. I can't, but I just cannot do this anymore. Have you ever hit that stumbling block?
It was actually when COVID hit. And we had to move back to KL at that time. At that time, we had 40 dogs. We had to move into a house.
And
in
plus,
Puchong.
we had the MCO. You cannot.
Yes,
you
and,
cannot cross
David
borders.
had just come back from Caesar's recruit, and all his his jobs he had to stop it, and we had no money. We lost everything in the flood. We had no money for ourselves, and I at that time I was looking at my dogs who still love us even though we have no money to feed them. And thinking like, why do they have to go through this? But always at a breaking point, the tides turn, and right after that, it was almost like that surrendering to the universe allowed good things to come flowing to us.
Lovely. So, Seema, time has caught up with us.
I know.
Your not parting thoughts, but any advice to people who planning on adopting or even wanting to own a pet?
Okay, so
perhaps starting their own sanctuary.
Yeah, that is okay. I have had so many people tell me that, I hope one day, when I retire, I want to do what you're doing. I want to open a shelter. And what I tell to these people is, please don't. Because having a sanctuary, a shelter is a full-time commitment. You have no off days, no weekends, no public holidays. You can't have a sick day. It is a 24/7, 365 thing. And what I would encourage them to do instead is find an existing sanctuary or shelter and give them support, because they're already doing it. They just need the resources. And if you have the resources, do that. And you can still do what you want to do, but you're just not going to put yourself through, it's not something everyone can do. But find existing shelters. A lot of independent rescuers need help.
Okay.
Yeah, reach out to them and ask them what they need.
True that. And I'm sure a lot of shelters also, come weekends, they throw some events to adopt. You can come and just see puppies. But the thing is, they only bring the puppies, the cute ones. What about those big
All
dogs?
puppies are cute.
I know the puppies are cute, but the big dogs at home, they don't bring.
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
Okay,
Oh my God.
Don't open up that can of worms. Let's keep it all airtight.
You have to give me longer than 34 minutes.
That one we have to start your own radio station. Seema, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, lovely, for having me. I'm so glad to be here. I hope some people learned something.
Of course. For those of you watching us on our YouTube channel, Facebook, and also TikTok, thank you so much, Seema. You can get in touch with her. Her handle is Seema, SEEMA Subash.
SUBASH.
SUBASH. Guys, to respond to that message is now you want to go and visit. It's not a shelter, it's a sanctuary, plus it's their home. So you don't show up at someone's home unannounced. Just drop them a line, be in touch with Seema and her partner, and then they say, okay, fine, maybe one weekend you want to bring a bag of food, you just come and chill, you want to help them out, spend one weekend, one Saturday afternoon with you and your partner.
Yeah.
Great. So thank you so much, Seema.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful day and have a great
Thank
weekend.
you. Thanks for having me.
And from all of us here at TRAXX, we'd like to say, job well done.
Please give your dogs a big kiss today.
Lovely. TRAXXfm. Seema, thank you so much for coming in. And once again, for those of you watching on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, guys, if you all mean well, but like she said, don't just show up at her sanctuary like, hey, we're here. It's a home. Reach out to her, DM her.
Yeah.
Anything else that you need?
Yeah. Well, we could always use a little help with
volunteers.
Volunteers. We could use it. We could always have a bath day. We could always use help with things like
maybe we should build them a pool.
Yeah. No, that's we're doing that right now.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So and the thing is, it's wrapping it up. It's very important to say that we're not an NGO, so obviously whenever people want to assist with funding, it goes to like personal accounts, and people, if you're not sure how the money is being spent, get in touch with me, ask me for our vets account or our food suppliers account, send it directly to them, and and then we'll just pick it up.
People are skeptical about all the shelters.
Because, I can't blame them.
The money really reaching
I
them.
can't blame them. Yeah, so that's why we say, if don't allow the fact that I'm an individual to deter you from helping.
Okay.
Get in touch with our suppliers instead. Pay them directly. Yeah.
Okay.
And just send me the slip and say, listen, I paid this guy X amount. You can go pick up whatever you want, and even that helps.
All right.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Seema, thank you so much.
Thank you, Didi.
To our viewers.
Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Please try to visit a local shelter. Donate your time if you can. try to advocate for adoption, try to teach people to be kind to animals, and most of all, your dog is not around forever, so love them and spend as much time as you can with them while they're here.
Ending had to get emotional, right?
Of course, because
Don't cry!
I love my dogs.
Okay,
You know,
bye! This has been another edition of In 34. My name is Double D. My producer, lovely Anna.
Thank you, Anna.
Thanks, Seema. Bye, guys. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.
I know it's a bit.